Good evening and welcome to the online darts Fallout Bar, the very first Fallout Bar of the 2025 World Grand Prix. Everything is a little bit different because we've got to do double off, and we like something that's a little bit different here at Online Darts. Dan Simpson, I can't even get my own name right.
It's a bad start. That's a really bad start.
Dan Simpson.
Cut it and start again.
That's who I am, isn't it? Dan Simpson, up in the northeast, joined by Mr. Cam McFarlane over on the other side of the Pennines. Cameron, how are you, my friend?
Not so bad, mate. Not so bad. It feels like it's been quite a while since we've done one of these. The last one would probably have been the match play.
Well, I was in Blackpool for nearly all of the match play, other than the night I did drive home to do a Fallout Bar, and then we did it. Well, I didn't. I drove home for Billy's birthday, but squeezed a Fallout Bar in.
You can try and spin it however you want, mate. He's not watching.
Yeah, it's cool because I feel like we're on that. We're hitting the Grand Prix is sort of it's the beginning of the what we often refer to as
season.
It's the business end of the year. Yeah, it's silly season.
It's what it is.
Yeah. We're coming thick and fast, folks, in the next few months with Fallout Bars. This is, I'm sure we'll mention it because Cam's with us quite a lot this week. This is your last set of Fallout Bars as a single man, Cam. We're getting very, very close to the big day, aren't we?
Very close now. Yeah, we are under 2 weeks from the big day. Sort of the last big event sort of got out of its way on Saturday when the wonderful Paul Sambrook, who's usually in the chat room at some point, it was his wedding on Saturday. Congratulations to him and Jade again, and now it's my turn to do it in 2 weeks' time. So yeah, I've got him by my side as a groomsman to sort of help me down the aisle after he's doing it himself this weekend. So should be all right.
It's a very exciting time. We've got the babysitters are sorted. Me and Mrs. S have booked our hotels.
A night away, lovely little hotel booked.
Yeah, it's very good. But I suppose we better talk about some darts. Quick before we get
we should do, considering it's already 23 minutes past 11, because even with a 6 o'clock start, it goes on for bloody ages.
We'll come. I'm sure we'll touch on scheduling through the course of the evening and the week. Before we get on to talking about what has gone on in the world of darts this evening, a quick hello to everyone in the chat room. It's busy already. Gorilla's fan is in there, Glenn's in there, Scott is in as ever, so is Mike, Malachi is in, as is Maximus. It's a busy old night. Paul Jones is in as well, Dan Tucker is in, Tossie, Bob's in. It's a busy old night already. It's
Bob, and cheers Scott for the congratulations there.
Everybody knows it's silly season, and everybody knows it is darts time of year. So, and we started off, I suppose this tournament, it throws up a bit of all sorts. It gives us a few surprises. We know that we're looking at, double in can create all sorts of problems, as can an incredibly short format set play. And what we've got here is
format set play with double in is literally just we like to manifest chaos, don't we? And this does it in a beautiful way.
We nearly got some, didn't we, in this opening game between Rob Cross and Wessel Nyman. So Rob Cross was, he looked, I think, certainly in that first set. I know that he went to a decide, but I thought Rob looked comfortable. And then after that first one, I was virtually convinced he wasn't going to get the job done. And I don't know whether that's we've just become a little bit conditioned to Rob Cross not getting the job done of late. But was this? Are you taking some positives from Rob Cross for this one, that he actually managed to dig in, sort of arrest that comeback of Nyman and just get the job done into the next round?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously we all know Nyman's a very, very good player, and he's all right. He's one of those people that is a nightmare to draw early on in tournaments these days. He's one of those that you can end up, any of the top boys can end up getting him most of the time, and certainly wouldn't want to be going anywhere near him because he's got levels he can go through. Like, you just look at that second set, for example, like averaging well over 91 in double in is some good going. I haven't got the doubling in stats in front of me. I've only got doubling out stats because Flash scores bobbins.
Yeah, we need to. So that our if you are in the chat room, do get in touch with us. If you've got a better stats website that we can use at the end of the day for tomorrow's show, do drop one of us a message because I'm lacking doubling in stats as well, which is
I don't know anywhere that they might be, and I tend to just go to Flash Score because the app works pretty well, and it's
more professional pundits would make notes as the night went on, wouldn't they, Cam?
Yeah,
you know,
they would.
If that's what you're looking for, folks, you've come to the wrong place.
You've come to the wrong place. Go somewhere else, because that is not what you're getting from me, Mr. Simpson. And then like that final set is again, he's out average, but he's played well again, and as mentioned in the chat there, within the width of a wire from winning the game on
he's created an opportunity, hasn't he? And yes, you know, we can look back on an awful lot of missed match starts on the ball, and you know, obviously you have to treat them a little bit different, as you know, he's missed 3 at double 16 or something like that, because he's created a chance to win the match, but he hasn't you know.
He's not really missed an opportunity when he's coming in from 1-2-7 with a shot on the ball, is it?
Yeah, and this is it. But you know, I do think it was a real positive from Rob Cross. I had him down as you know, the phrase we often use, a seed in danger, and I had him you know, on recent form and looking at, like you say, the levels that we know Wessel's got and that he can hit. I did have Rob down as a seed in danger. I think this is a real sort of banana skin avoided for Rob Cross, and let's be honest, a much needed victory in a ranked tournament, because you know, whilst he still does hold that you know, that top 10 position, you know, there, and we'll come to them a little bit later. There's a couple of other top 10 players gone out, you know, in the first round, and these are important ranking points for a player like Rob Cross.
Yeah, definitely, really, really important. Like you say, it is really he's tight in and around that top 16, isn't it? Like, there's not a huge amount of money between them all, and if you don't pick up wins, especially at this time of year, you are going to be in danger of falling out of there.
And we've seen it, haven't we? You know, let's be honest. You know, there's some bloody big names not at this tournament, and there's some other big names that are at this tournament by the skin of their teeth, and. Whilst that isn't Rob Cross, you know, we've seen a trajectory from him that is what we saw perhaps a couple of years ago from Peter Wright and a Michael Smith and a Joe Cullen, and if he can get a grip of that earlier than those players did, then he's going to protect himself a little bit, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. And like, even just provisionally, after today, he's jumped up 2 spots and he's up to sort of 7 in the world rather than 9 that he was coming in. It just shows you what a difference it makes. And like, while we're on the subject of seeds in danger and predictions and the rest, this is a little one throw out to the chat room. What anyone that was watching on Sky and saw the predictions for dark horses for this tournament, were 2 of the dark horses selected by the experts on Sky were the world number 4 and the world number 6. Like, they are not dark horses to win a tournament. It's utter bollocks. Like, what is, you can't pick a dark horse that's number 4 in the world.
Yeah, we are not accepting number 4 in the world as a dark horse here at Online Darts. We're not having it. Good news, folks. The hardest working man in darts, Phil Bars, has been in the venue this evening. He's been combating what I'm reliably informed is woefully inadequate Wi-Fi, but he has managed.
Johnny Mack did spend all night telling everyone the great city of Leicester. Now, that's also wrong. We're not having that either.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the great city of Leicester.
I've been once and... No, twice. Have I been twice? I think I've been twice. They were both freebies.
Odd to go twice, isn't it? After if you've seen
it. They were both for this tournament and they were both freebies. At no point was I paying to go to Leicester.
Right. From a man who's not, for another man who hasn't paid to go to Leicester, a man who was paid and he's up to about 15 grand of going to Leicester this week. Let's hear what Rob Cross had to say to Phil Bars a little bit earlier this evening.
I still got time and that'll come round. I believe that, you know. Look, I've been there for years now and I've been very fortunate to sort of last where I am. I think 2021, I looked out on my backside. I sort of go and win the Europeans, you know. I keep myself in it, and look, I can play this game, and I ain't worried about what's been previous, you know. we got 2.5 months, and I know I have to shine. And if I don't, I've got nothing to defend for the next 2 years. So happy days. And you watch here, I'll be a top 6 player even if I don't defend it. So nothing to worry about. I'm not bothered about rankings. I think when we look at rankings, I think number 1, it matters in the world. Number 2, what I've been, probably 3, 4. I've been all the other numbers, never number 1. And do you know, if you're number 2, yeah, it's rubbish anyway. You always got a better man in front of you, and yeah, it's a great achievement. I think there's a lot of boys out there what chase a number. I'm not really like that. Unless I was number 1 and I was the best in the business for a year or 2 or whatever that may be, maybe even a day. I think that matters. Number 2, rubbish. I shouldn't really say that.
Yeah, he's crap. The world number 2, isn't he?
Never ever want to be world number 2 because
he's crazy. He's crap.
Much rather be world number 9. That's much better. Than
we should have played that interview before we did the chat about the rankings, really, shouldn't we? But it's,
that would have been excellent. Yeah.
Well, I think Rob Cross. I think it's really important for him to pick that win up. I think we'll come in a couple of minutes. We won't spoil just for now who he's playing in the next round. But I think he's probably, there was a few upsets tonight, and Rob Cross probably benefits from an upset in his second round match. Let's move on. Game 2 of the night was a game that, if I'm really honest with you, Cam, I found quite difficult to get excited about, because of the form that both players have shown, or probably, well, I was going to say in recent times, but probably over the last 6 months. Now, in terms of the level that we got, in terms of performance, I think we got a decent game here. It didn't go to the wire. It wasn't really close, but like both Schindler and Ratajski, they both played pretty solid. And I thought it was a bit of Ratajski of old. It was he wound the clock back a little bit, I thought, here.
Yeah, the second and third highest averages on the night, which is impressive. And like, anytime you're mid-90s in this format, you're playing well, let's be honest. And we've not seen it for a long time from Krzysztof Ratajski. No. This, it feels like. I can't remember the last game I felt like I watched him and thought he's played really well there. He looks like he's back to something like his sort of best form. And it's shown, again, obviously coming back to rankings, but he's 35 in the world right now. That's a long way down.
It feels a long time, doesn't it? I think, is it 3 years ago now since he had that semi-final run at the match play? Yeah. And that was, I think that, I think for a few years now, he's looked, I thought at the time that run was going to really establish him, very solid, top 16, dangerous player, and it just sort of didn't happen. And then you worry that that's the peak, don't you? You worry that that's the best that it's ever going to be. And we every now and again, just in these last few months, we've seen some glimpses from him, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like he's clearly got himself back in a little bit of a rhythm. He looks good on the outer ring again, and like when he does that, like the scoring tends to follow it a little bit. He gets that bit of confidence where he hits a couple of doubles and he looks a lot more comfortable up there. And he just did an absolute job on Martin Schindler, who's not played badly at all, but he's done exactly what you need to do if you want to win a game, and only give your opponent 2 darts at double in each set, which means they can't win, even if they hit all of them.
No, I do think it's a really positive sign though, from Krzysztof. Like, we've seen him, for the last few years, we've not seen really very much at all since 2021 in terms of, having a run on TV. It's all first rounds and second rounds and things. He had a decent run in the UK Open, but I'm generally happy to discount the UK Open because you never, you've got to really look at who people have been through to get there. It can be a right kind of worm sometimes. But yeah, I don't think we need to talk about it too much. We'll talk about Krzysztof later in the week because we'll see him again. I think Martin Schindler probably will be maybe a bit disappointed because coming up against somebody else might have done a little bit better. But yeah, it was a decent, solid game. Oh shit!
You've moved on too quickly here, haven't you? Because you didn't want to move on to this game.
No.
How is your television? You didn't respond earlier when I asked you how your television was.
I left the room.
Yeah, I imagine so. Quickly.
Left the room, stood in the garden for a bit, breathed deeply, came in, did a bit of yoga.
Just throwing things at the fence.
Oh, mate, yeah. Yeah, do you know, it, like, you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? And I honestly thought that this was such an opportunity as a tournament for, and I know that, like, I know Dobie's had problems on the outer ring. Like, that is the flaw in his game, has been the outer ring. But I just thought, like, he scores highly enough to catch it up if it doesn't get in quick. I saw the draw, and we know, you know, Cam Menzies can be got at, especially on a stage. And I thought this was a bit of a game.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone you fancy playing in this tournament, with the greatest of respect, with what we've seen over the last 18 months from Cammy on a big stage, the ability to hit doubles when you need them has not been there.
No, that pressure
to do it twice in a leg. It's the perfect draw, really.
Yeah, I
with the greatest of respect. And
I did think it was a bit of a gimme, and it just all went wrong, didn't it?
Well, it did, and bear in mind, I mean, yes, it was a while ago now, but it's a tournament where Chris Dobie's made the semi-final before as well. It's not a tournament that he's not got good memories at. And I thought it was really poor from him tonight. And while it was really poor from him, he's miles off where he needed to be, it was very, very good from Cam Menzies. And he played with the freedom up there and just looked a bit unfazed, really. And yes, it helps when Dobie's not really giving you much, but
we're not used to seeing that. We're not used to seeing that lately, are we, from Cam Menzies? No, the idea of
not on a big stage. No, we aren't.
No, and the idea of saying that he looked really good to unfazed.
Yeah, it was good to see. He looked relaxed up there. He looked like he could just go up there and play his game rather than having to think about it too much. And I thought it's a good sign from him. And if he can find that, we all know how good he is on the floor tournaments and what sort of levels he has. It makes him dangerous for anyone that he comes up against now. Yeah, it's going to be I think a really big few months for Chris Dobie. Obviously, like, going out so early in the match play, going out first round of the World Masters. That's 2 years in a row he's gone out first round of the Grand Prix. He really needs to start just getting back in that habit of winning matches on TV again. It's becoming too rare of late, a Chris Dobie win on television, which is a bit worrying. Yeah, of course it is, and he's another one of those. Like I say, it's that tight in that top 16. If he starts going through patches where he's losing in first rounds in big tournaments, he could be in that position where he's having to qualify for everything.
Too many other good players, isn't there, at the minute? You know, too many other good players who are picking up ranking points more regular than he is. We have got an interview. Let's have a little listen to see what Cam Menzies made of everything.
Do you want another bit of good news then? You're in the top 32 for the first time. How does that make you feel?
Yes! Well, can I swear?
No.
I might not do nothing on TV, but I'm obviously doing something right. Because you don't get so many fat boys like me getting the top 32. You've got to be doing something right to get to the top 32. I might not do it on the TV yet, but that means I can play that sometimes.
Cammy, thank you.
Thank you.
When did we start doing no swearing rules?
I don't know. Honestly, I was
I'm a bit disappointed.
He said no. I was like, what the fuck are you on about, man?
I'm a bit disappointed in Phil there. Like, that could have done numbers.
Let him say whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Because we're going to do it.
That could have done some serious numbers. You know, yeah.
I love how getting into the top 32 in the world, he said, well, it's always I can play darts sometimes. Like, no, you can play darts a hell of a lot more than sometimes.
That's an awful lot better than an awful lot of people with very bloody big names in darts as well at the minute. And that's interesting because, you know, we've talked an awful lot recently about players who are finding themselves not being invited to everything and not being ranked for everything. And, you know, as he solidifies that spot, more and more opportunities to play on TV are going to come his way, and you would like to hope that the repetition breeds comfortableness, which hopefully will breed better performances as time goes on.
He's a great character as well, and that's the thing. Like, he is someone that, like I say, you want to listen to him, you want to watch him, you want to see him enjoying himself.
We'll do some predictions, late as the week goes on, but it does set up a second round against Rob Cross that I think, Rob Cross is a beatable player.
I think both will be looking at that one as an opportunity. Let's be honest. They'll both be thinking, this is a great draw.
And I do think for both players, for different reasons, a quarter-final of this tournament is a big deal for either player.
Yeah.
And it's a gettable thing now for either one of them. Like either one of them can get there. So yeah, really, really interesting second round. I'm gonna go like another upset. Like we sat here, and I'm happy to put my hands up. Like, sat on the live lounge last week. We picked, Phil and I, who we thought was going to do bits. I could not find a way that James Wade didn't get to the quarterfinal in that quarter that he's in that bracket. I think that what we've seen from James Wade so far this year has been absolutely unbelievable. And I just could not see a way that he didn't get to the quarterfinal. And I think he's going to look at this as a huge opportunity missed, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the way that James Wade's been playing over the last sort of 12, 18 months, what we've seen from him. And let's be honest, the way that Joe Cullen's been playing in that time has been absolutely miles apart from each other. And you just look at James Wade, it feels like a tournament that is made for him, with how good he is on the outer ring and how unflappable he is most of the time as well. He's a player that doesn't tends to mop up chances when they come, and Joe Cullen's usually someone that will give you a fair few chances at the moment.
Yeah.
However, he didn't tonight. He was excellent tonight, and it was the Joe Cullen of old. Not only that, his new shirt looks absolutely mint as well.
Yeah, it's smart, isn't it? I like it. I think. Do you think that the first set? Do you think the 3-0 in the first set? I know Paul made a comment there about that first set. Doing Wade in, and do you think that if that first set's a bit tighter, do you think it just allowed like Wade to question himself and Joe Cullen to get up ahead of steam? That quick 3-0, and it's such a short format.
Yeah, possibly. Obviously, Wade didn't even get a dart at double in that first set. And like I say, it's not something that anyone would have really predicted going in. I don't even think Joe himself would have had himself rattling through that 3-0 without Wade getting a dart at double. But it's one of those things where I still expect James Wade to come back at him and play well. And he did. And in that second set, he's sort of given it to him. He's gone 2 out of 3 on the doubles himself in that second set. But Cullen's just held him off and done what he needed to and got over the line. And really, really good performance from him. And a bit like we're saying about Cammy in the last game, it's good to see, and it's what we want to see. We want to see him back playing to the best and showing what they can do. And as well as I thought he played, Joe Cullen, I think there's more there as well.
Oh yeah, there is. And again, we'll a bit like we said earlier on, we'll come to Joe Cullen's next round game a little bit later on, because a tougher prospect, I think, in the next round for Joe Cullen. I think it doesn't get easier for Joe.
No, he could be better, but
yeah. But again,
he's playing someone who will come on to it in a little bit, but he got pushed all the way.
Yeah, and this is it. You're another game of very random because this is random darts. This, they double in another random day. Another random game that could pull you into like a quarterfinal on the telly. And Joe Cullen quarterfinal at the telly, didn't pick that a couple of months ago. You didn't think you'll be talking about that. So very, very good to see. We move. Oh, hang on.
Right. I don't remember lambasting you for anything.
I'm happy to do it again.
I'm going to do it now.
Yes.
I'm sorry. you've gone far too early there. Like, as much as he's a good character and he's good to watch, he ain't going anywhere near the Prem at this point.
And when we say too early, we're definitely talking years, not months.
Yeah,
like,
you can't even get Josh Rock in there, for fuck's sake.
I'm happy to lambast you again. Like, if you don't feel lambasted, you just we've got a full week at this. You'll be well and truly lambasted come the end of the week. Right, let's have a little listen to see what Joe Cullen made of his victory over James Wade.
You touched on clearly being capable. You were, I don't want to remind you, a millimetre away from winning the Premier League. How do you get back to that version of Joe Cullen that is competing for the biggest honours in the sport?
Yeah, I think at the time it didn't feel like a big deal. The year after the Premier League, but looking back on it now, you know, I'm getting old now. I'm 36 now. I think it had a massive effect on me, not missing out, and not only missing out, you know, just not getting the acknowledgement of what I'd achieved the year before, because you know there's plenty of players who take the right arm off to come within a wire of winning the Premier League, and to not get an explanation from anyone at the PDC was a massive thing for me. And I think I dwelled on it a little bit too long, and then maybe got past it, then dwelled on it, and I don't think I gave that moment enough credit what it deserved at the time.
If they take the right arm off, they're going to struggle to get anywhere near winning anything. But
unless you're James Wade, of course.
I know, but he's still got to put his darts somewhere. Like,
he's got a pocket in that show. Has he not got a pocket?
I suppose, yeah. It does. You do lose your rhythm a little bit when you've got to go back to your pocket after every dart.
No, but interesting, and you know, I don't think there's a darts fan around that isn't hopeful that Joe Cullen reaches his best, you know, as soon as possible, because
he's one of the best sports. Like, when he gets in a rhythm, the scoring.
Yeah, the world of darts is better off for having Joe Cullen at his best.
He's got a wonderful head of hair these days as well.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not giving him credit for that. Anyone,
you don't fancy one of them yourself? I think you could go for one of them.
Nah, you haven't seen what I got for your wedding. I could turn up looking like that.
You're off to Turkey next week.
I got some Prix stick and a passport. Right, we are going to. We're not going anywhere. We're going to Leicester still, but we're going to an old Dutch affair. Now, this one, Cam, I'll put my hands in the air as I was monitoring the online dart social channels this evening. I wrote a winning post out, put a photo graphic in, get it all sorted, and then I had to rewrite it because I was convinced probably 3 times during the course of this match that Jermaine Wattimena was going to win, and somehow, some way, once again out of a major tournament on the television, Danny Noppert gets the job done.
Yeah, I'm still not really sure how, but I think you've now told me how, because I had Danny Noppert in my accumulator. I thought,
well done.
11 to 8 on was a very good price. It turned out it wasn't a very good price of how tight it got. But
don't take the handicap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I now know why you got over the line in this. It's because you'd written out the post. That's why.
That is it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, that is literally it.
Yeah, it was a very odd one. Like, when I think about Danny Noppert, I think, you know what? Up against Jermaine Wattimena, he's going to be better on the outer ring than Jermaine Wattimena is. And he'll get in to start off more often. And Wattimena will hit more sort of flashy scores at times. But Noppert will be more consistent. And he'll hit more doubles when he needs to get himself off to a good start. And then it felt like, watching it, that he was about 2 from 1,000 on his starting doubles.
Yes.
He was so poor on them.
He was so poor.
He didn't reach tops, it felt, any time he went for it. Like, he was, and it wasn't just low, he was way low. And I just watching it going, why do you persist with going for it? Just go to 16s or
I find that though. Do you not find sometimes that this one of the things I find interesting about this tournament is the psychology around those starting doubles and players. God, we have seen, haven't we? You know, players insist on sticking with something that's very clearly not working, and then they'll bang something straight into double 16 or double 10 or double 18, and then they'll go back again to the next kit, and you think, my God, what's wrong with you?
It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like, yes, it's great to give yourself an opportunity of a 9-darter by starting on tops. But if it's not working for you, it doesn't even matter if you go to double 2 because nobody misses double 2.
No.
Like, just get in.
No, I am convinced that
If you start with 124 because you started on double 2 and then hit 2 treble 20s, that's better than starting on none after 9 darts.
Yeah, I am. I've always thought like the way this game should be played, this particular format of the game, is that that your double start it's literally like your invitation to get on the hockey. And it doesn't matter. Every dart after that double is what matters. And if you now what Danny Noppert
it'd be great, but
Danny Noppert tonight threw more 180s, more 140s, more
tons,
ton plus visits, and his doubling out was considerably better. So, and it was just about, it doesn't matter what you hit. You've just got to, if you're going to do all that other stuff, like if Danny Noppert is slightly better getting in, this game's not even remotely close.
Yeah, exactly.
His actual darts play was so much better than Jermaine Watamina's, but Jermaine just got so many opportunities to be so far ahead.
He was really good at the start legs, at getting in, which
and I think it's interesting
going into that game, but yeah, but for Noppert, it was persisting with tops, and then he was low on it every time, and you think it's a quite natural switch from there to just go to the 18s because he was throwing at that height anyway. That's where his 20s were going at the height of where the 18s was. But he didn't do that. He kept going to 10s, or when he finally did switch away.
I'm a big fan of
14s, which is
lines.
They were low on the 20s, but they weren't that low that he had to be at 14s.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of lines that you can drop low on. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy.
16s is. For most darts players, 16s is one of them that they like because.
Yeah, but I'm happy for people going for the aim for the bottom centimeter of the 8.
Yeah,
and if you drop low, you're in. If you're in it, you're in. It doesn't matter because you've got 2 more darts to actually score some points. I just think the key is just getting in, and it nearly cost Danny Noppert time, and it was only because he was, and to his credit, I'm very positive on him. Everything else he did in that game was really good, really good. And again, he's Danny Noppert is like a real dark horse, I think, a lot of the time because nobody picks Danny Noppert to win tournaments. Danny Noppert doesn't pick Danny Noppert to win tournaments. Danny Noppert's mum doesn't pick Danny Noppert to win tournaments. I don't, she's got 50 pence on somebody else. I do think that he is the consummate dark horse in terms of winning matches, and if he can dial it in, he is dangerous. He's always a dangerous player, and when it's short format and he can rattle off 6 legs like he can, he's gonna be an interesting one. But a funny old game.
For the love of God, stop going for tops to get in.
Yes, please, Christ. This was an interesting one, right? So I've got to drag this through for you, Cam, to talk about Dobie. Luke Humphries against Nathan Aspinall, and I don't know. I think I was unsure. I was even straight after this game, obviously knowing that we were going to have to talk about it, I wasn't sure, and I'm still not. I might need you in the chat room to try and convince me what happened here. I don't know if Nathan Aspinall had a shocker, or if he just bumped into the best player in the world, who just does what he does, and he was unfazed, and when he needed to do something, he did it. And when he needed that moment, this is the best players in the world. That 156, you think you've got a chance against me. You think you can make this competitive. Whoop, straight out, cap it from under your feet, off you go.
Yeah, I don't think Asp was at his best, but I thought he played solid enough. He had a couple of legs where he had absolute howlers trying to get in, but then in general, I thought he played pretty well, and I thought the biggest thing for Humphries was he did what we've been saying for everyone to do. He got in first time, I think, every single leg. Yeah,
so he got in on his first 3 darts every single time.
Yeah,
and he only missed, throughout the whole game, he missed 3 darts getting in.
Yeah, Exactly. So it
Relentless.
wasn't just he was
He's
getting in, he
always
was
scoring
getting in
points.
first or second dart almost every time,
He's
which
always scoring points.
which was really good. And I actually thought bigger than the 156 was the 117 in the first set. After after the 170 from us, which gonna have to Mardle and Dan Dawson on comms. I don't often give them stick because they are the best in the business. But they didn't say the line. You have to say the line. Whenever Nathan Aspinall leaves the 170, you must say that he won his UK Open on the 170. You have to say the line, and they didn't say the line.
I imagine that they will both be due some sort of fine and or forfeit, I assume.
Good, at least like the old football 2 weeks wages, I would say.
Yeah, a fine and or forfeit. I think so. Greatest Showman summed it up. He put a line in the chat room there. He just said, "Luke," and I think he's dead right. Luke does what Luke does, and I just think again he was the consummate world number one. You know, he was so like unflappable. It didn't matter what Nathan did, and I think that was evident when the 170 came. And obviously the crowd get involved, and Nathan's obviously that's got to lift you. You've got to think I'm in this, and the only man in the room that doesn't think Nathan Aspinall's in this is Luke Humphries, who just thinks
that 170, and then like I think Aspinall left 83 maybe at that point, and Humphries is on the 117. Like if he goes 2-1 down at that point, with Nathan then throwing in the next leg to win the first set, he could be on the wrong end of a 2-0 at that point. But he takes out the 117. Like never looked like missing it, to be honest. And then a really good deciding leg in that first set. And then from there onwards, like he never looked back, did he? And like As was just never in it in that final set.
No, I think
again, probably margins. I mean, like you say, without the 156 in the first, like if he wins that leg, maybe he's in it. But
yeah, and I think that performance from Luke as well, it's such a big marker because that quarter that he's in as well, and we'll do a lot of predictions as the week goes on, but he meets Krzysztof Ratajski in the second round.
Is that still right? Is he still that now?
Is he still what?
11-2 for Humphries.
No, that was the pre-tournament.
I mean, it's still ridiculous at that point, but
it is. But that is thankfully for everyone that bets on darts, the Luke Littler effect. Yeah. Like that is, put Luke Littler in a tournament and the value goes up on everybody else, which is like he's done a cracking job at that as the wonder kid.
Anyone that wants to bet against him at any point, it is a
but that quarter, I think Luke he plays Krzysztof Ratajski in the next round. And in the quarter final, he's going to meet either Rob Cross or Cam Menzies, and you look at that quarter and you just think, it's very hard to see something very, very rogue's got to go on.
You can still get 4-1 on him with Boyles right now.
I mean, Jesus, each way. Looking at that draw, right? The bottom four in bottom four in that semi: Stephen Bunting, Danny Noppert, Joe Cullen, Gary Anderson. Like you get that each way, you've pissed it.
Well, yeah, each way you're only getting to make the final at this point.
You're getting even money, aren't you?
You're getting half your odds for making the final. Yeah, so you still get 2-1 on him making a final.
All right, I tell you what, we better finish this early, folks. I've got to contact my bookmaker.
All of my winnings from tonight are getting lumped straight back in.
Right. Moving on, and again, I won't. So I'll put my hands up again. Second time tonight, I did it. Second time tonight, I was wrong. But I had to delete the post that I'd drafted, deleted my draft, because I genuinely thought that RVB had rolled back the years, and I thought for a good period of time that he was going to dispatch the Flying Scotsman here. I genuinely thought this was an incredibly watchable game. Like I thoroughly
Barney's throw was smooth and quick and like looked good, and Gary's always is. And it was a really good watch. And like I say, I'd have to thank you again for this one because I had Gary on my coupon as well. So that.
Well, I honestly, I thought it intrigued me because I did think if I'm honest, this wasn't one of the games. This was the. Oh, I honestly thought this might have been the loo break match tonight. I thought, it's going to be very one way. It's going to be, but from the off, I literally thought, oh, this is a bit interesting. And then Gary didn't start particularly well, and Barney was there, and I just thought he's just going to steady his way through this, while and Gary's just going to have a wobble. And Barney's just going to keep being there, keep picking legs up, and he's good. And he, interestingly, that storied careers that both of these men have had, and the amount of world titles they've got between them, and the amount of various other trophies that they've got. Neither man has ever won this tournament, and there are not many tournaments in the world of darts that you can point
go
at
through where neither of these two have
and
won
say,
it.
neither Gary Anderson nor Raymond van Barneveld have ever won that tournament, and for at least one man, that statistic is going to stay the same. I genuinely thought it was a really, really enjoyable game to watch. I'm not sure. I missed it, and I might have. I think I might have just I will have been doing something on social media, putting graphics out or something. But I'm working hard. When the last dart, as soon as the last double goes in, I'm straight on the laptop. I'm busy. So yeah. I didn't see any of this about this handshake.
No, I also missed this because obviously I was furiously making notes ready for
professionals that we are.
Yeah, absolutely. I was writing them all down in pen and paper and everything. But I didn't notice this either. But there seems to be a lot of chatting in the chat room. We've
got an interview.
There, but
we do have an interview from Gary Anderson. I don't know what's in it, but I'd like to think someone's asked him the question. So let's have a listen and see if we can learn a little bit more from the man himself.
No, I don't get upset there.
It's been 9 months or twice, but no, you didn't look yourself on stage at the end there.
What, when I won?
Yeah,
I was over the moon. Buy a fishing rod for your Christmas.
Thanks.
You're welcome. When it says I'll win this and then that's me, I'm gone. We'll be cherry picking or something, but there is. There's kids. I mean, I do exhibitions now, and I always played adults in the dart team. Now it's just kid after kid after kid, which is absolutely fantastic. Ty plays on a Tuesday night and he plays on a Friday night, and I usually take him, to my great disappointment, but and it's all kids, and they just love playing darts. So. It's a great thing, but it's also going to be a bad thing because you're going to have so many superstars coming up over the next 5-10 years. Picking a winner is going to be very hard for you lads.
Yeah, I think Phil was nibbling. Phil clearly noticed that there was no handshake.
Yeah, Phil let it go. I think he ended up getting promised a fishing rod for Christmas. I think Gary's that's one way of dispatching the question, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is Gary's way of saying, "Shut up, Phil."
Yeah.
I
tried to sneak away from that one. Stop trying to drag me back in. I thought it was like you say, it was a really watchable game. I thought, to be honest, when Gary broke him to win the first set, I thought it was going to be done. And credit to Barney that he stuck in there and he fought right to the end. And like I say, probably should have got over the line, but just missed chances in the last couple of legs to
I think
pressure and sort of lost the scoring a little bit.
The Raymond van Barneveld of old, I don't think loses that game. I think he gets the joy.
How far which Raymond van Barneveld of old we're going to, like which retirement are we proceeding? But
that's a fair point, isn't it? Yeah, which one of old? Yeah. No, but yeah,
only man to retire more time
thoroughly,
Fury.
Thoroughly watchable match. Warren's in the chat room. Warren was in the venue. Warren has had a busy. Honestly, what a life this guy's at. I know he was up. I felt a bit sorry for him at the weekend because he was up supporting his beloved Nottingham Forest at St James's Park, watching them get whooped at the weekend. And if that wasn't difficult enough, poor lad had to travel to Leicester after that to what. Although what I did see,
rough couple of days.
What I did see, because he put it on Facebook, was that he did, which I thought was quite a novelty little thing, is he travelled to Leicester to watch the darts and managed to find himself getting booked into room 501 in
fantastic.
whichever. I'm not sure. I think he might. I don't know if he was in Lenny's gaff or not. There's not that many hotels with that many rooms, but yeah, he was.
I was going to say, has he requested that or?
I was going to say, has he put that in the booking notes?
The old any special requests. Yeah, just room. I will only stay in room 501.
I will only stay in a darts themed room. You can put if 501's booked, then you must give me 170 or something. Yeah, he just stays in a hotel room with double in written on the front of it. Yeah. Right, final game of the evening. I say again, so the little bit of me that was that manifests chaos, and I know there's a lot of that goes on, especially in the chat room as well. I just thought that there might have been a little bit of something in this game, but the world number 4 turned up, didn't he?
Yeah. He did.
And he just played like the world number 4.
They played like the dark horse that he is.
Played like the dark horse that he is,
he was honestly performance of the night for Stephen Bunting. Like Nico Springer played well. He had
he didn't have a chance
in that first leg, but other than that, played really well. Put Bunting under pressure, and he just responded every single time. And yeah, it was just impressive from him. I thought it was good. I thought this was a banana skin. I had Bunting as the favourite on my last leg of the ACCA, but I was worried about it going into the last leg. I'll be honest. I thought it's one of those that, especially in this short format, you could end up getting beat because Nico's been playing really well.
Some great stuff, hasn't he? And it was lovely. Let's be honest. Like we love to see a debut, we love to see somebody new. It freshens everything up. And I thought Sky did a good job as well. We had the little Dan Dawson programme because I get we watched so much more darts than normal people. That most of the people sat watching Sky Sports that are going to sit there and think, who on earth is Nico Springer? Like, who's this guy? And why
he's not called Luke? I don't know who he is.
Yeah, and why is he playing the Titanium Man? Why is that happening? So I thought it was a good move from Sky having a little bit of having a little bit of a Dan Dawson promo on who he is and what he's all about, and what he's done recently. Some non-Sky footage shown, and let's get a little bit of information out.
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah, really good. And like I say, the world number 4 turned up and he did the job that you expect. The world, it was the world number 4 against the lowest qualifier. Like he just did a very, very, very good. Or the last value, not the lowest qualifier, the lowest world rank qualifier.
Yeah.
And he just did a very, very good job. It was a really top performance from Stephen Bunting. And if he can build on it, and he can grow in, Danny Noppert in the next round. The quarters is the winner of Joe Cullen, Gary Anderson. So there is
in it.
Yeah, there are some big opportunities there for a bit of a run that we've not seen for a little while from Stephen Bunting. Right, that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the rundown of this evening's games. Don't forget, we have only shown you some very short snippets of interviews gathered at the venue this evening, just a minute here and there. All of the interviews, including that extra Stephen Bunting one at the end that the Wi-Fi just didn't want to upload before Phil Bowers had to leave the venue.
We've not seen Phil in the background, so
it's
trying to upload at this point.
Not strong enough. So everything will be available in full on our YouTube channel. But before we go,
hang on a minute. Well, whoa, lads, back in.
Get back in. Hang on.
Where are you going?
8 games tomorrow. Where are you going?
Predictions time. This is how long it's been since we've done a Fallout. They've all forgotten.
Honestly, have they all forgotten?
I've not even got his line out yet.
I haven't got ball over Carlsberg. It was just what was in the garage. We're doing. There we go. Everyone's back in. We're doing right. So we're going to keep it nice and simple. It's nice and easy. This one. 2-0s, 2-1s. Not much really to predict. You can't even have a Desmond. in the chat room. We'll work through them one by one. I was only closing out like this evening, Scott. Now we're going to tomorrow. So
I know you did such a good job of the closing out that everyone thought it was all over.
I know. Do you know I'll do what'll happen later on is I'll actually end the show and everyone won't believe me. They'll just stop around.
I'll still be
in bed
here waiting for tomorrow.
Right. So
to be honest, without anyone knowing in the background, but I'm going to at you here. You did also start the show without starting the show, without pressing the go live button earlier.
Correct.
Well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So it's not good. It's a long time since I've done one of these, and it's very rare that I get to use the mouse and things anymore. I normally just sit here and drink and talk about darts. Right. So tomorrow we start the evening with Australia's number one, Damon Heta, playing Luke Woodhouse. Cam, I'll come to you first. We'll take it in turns, but I'll give you the first shout on this one. Chat room, get your predictions in for Damon Heta against Luke Woodhouse, tomorrow's opening game.
I think this is really close. And I think this is one that is dangerous for... I don't even think it's that much of an upset, to be honest, if Woody beats Heta here. Like... Heta's been excellent over the last couple of years, but Woody's shown it on a big stage many a time. I think it goes all 3 sets, but I just think Heta gets over the line. But I think I would not be surprised one little bit if it goes the other way. But yeah, 2-1 Heta for me. Yeah,
there's a lot that seem to be agreeing with each other. I think it's a bit more comfortable than that. I still think we're waiting for that breakout moment from Damon Heta on TV. And when I say breakout, I mean like a real late run, like a real sort of put your name in the mix at the top of the world run. And I just think it's still in him. I don't know when it'll come, but it will at some point. So I'm going to go 2-0 Damon Heta. Chat room's lighting up with some predictions. Greatest Showman's gone 2-1. Warren's gone Woody 2-1. We have got a couple of yeah,
there's a few in there. A few for
Woodhouse 2-1, Greatest Showman. Woody 2-1 from Warren. Malachi's with you. He's gone 2-1 to Heta, as has Daly. Maximus 2-1 Heta as well. Scott McLaughlin is 2-1 to Heta. Paul Jones is 2-1 Woodhouse. So I tell you, there is only me that's got it as a whitewash.
Yeah, everyone else in the chat room thinks it's going to be a late one again tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to say, this doesn't bode well. Game number 2 tomorrow is the very, very recent Players' Championship event winner, Ross Smith, playing reigning World Cup champion Daryl Gurney. What are we thinking about Ross Smith against Daryl Gurney? It's me in first for this one, isn't it?
It is.
I think that... what do I think? I think Ross Smith wins. Oh, does he? Do I give? Yeah, do you know what? Daryl is very, very impressive on the outer ring, and I just think he will get himself in enough to hold plenty of legs. I just think he'll be there in legs a lot, Daryl Gurney, because I think he'll get in nice and sharp. Therefore, I will go with a 2-1 Ross Smith victory.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. I think I'm going to agree. I can't see Gurney getting 2-0'd, but I think Ross Smith will get in enough to give himself the opportunities to score and to get himself ahead in legs, where we know that power scoring from him is probably a level above what Daryl Gurney's is.
Yeah, I think we've got a fairly clean sweep in the chat room as well. Maximus has gone 2-0 as Smith, as has Scott. So has Bob as well. Malachi has got Smith winning 2-1. Warren's got Gurney 2-0. He's gone a little bit outside of everybody else. Paul Jones, I know, is a big mate of Ross. I know where he's going to go with that. 2-0, better than like over 2.5 180s for Ross Smith.
That's good value. Although if it's 2-0, I think that probably lends itself to maybe the under. But I don't like betting on unders, as Charles Eaton will tell people. But I'll not say what I usually say about people that back unders.
Yeah, we'll get cancelled, and we're only on day one.
Yeah.
Well, at least let's wait till later in the week. Game number 3. The Welsh have arrived at the tournament. Johnny Clayton plays Goldfinger.
There we go. Johnny Clayton, another dark horse for the title, apparently.
Dark horse for the title, world number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Johnny Clayton plays Andrew Gilding. Cam, where are we going with that one?
Johnny Clayton wins and wins 2-0. I think Johnny Clayton will play well this week.
Yeah, I'm very hard to disagree with that. I think, going back, I'm pretty sure that I picked Johnny Clayton to go to the quarters. I think, nice and easy win for Johnny Clayton. With the greatest of respect to the gold man, Scott's gone Johnny 2-0 as well, as has Greatest Showman. I think he's got his line in the wrong place. He's gone -20. He's done some sort of crazy handicap bet. I don't know what for.
Rogue, very rogue handicap.
Maximus has gone 2-1 to Clayton. Warren's got 2-0, as has Greatest Showman. And Tom Paul has gone 2-1 to Clayton. Bob's gone 2-0 Clayton. We've got a clean sweep of... Oh, hang on. Daly has gone Gilding 2-1, who always burns me when I bet against him. So
he is one of them players, isn't he? He's one of them that...
Yeah, Malachi's got a 2-0 win for Clayton as well. Don't get me wrong. Would I like to see an Andrew Gilding deep television title run? Yes, who wouldn't? That walk on his
Johnny Clayton wouldn't, I'll tell you that.
Johnny Clayton is a man that wouldn't, and everyone that's put their 50 pence on him as well. Game number 4, another Welshman.
We are missing out here, aren't we, on having the Welsh correspondent on, to be honest? But
yeah, but I think the Welsh correspondent is back tomorrow, though.
Unfortunately, it's very poor planning from him. It's his Mrs. birthday today. So
ridiculous. Did he not, when he first started taking her out, did he
not realise about the 2025 World Grand Prix when he was
when he first started taking her out, did he not consult the future PDC calendar and say, I think you might clash at some point with the Grand Prix?
Not only the Grand Prix, but the night of predictions for
the Welsh players. Unfortunately, we're not compatible, love. Right,
happy birthday to Mrs. Carwyn Evans.
Mrs. Carwyn Evans, yeah. Where are we at? Gerwin Price will beat Ryan Searle 2-0. Easiest prediction I've made all night.
Yeah, I think I predicted that Gezi would win this when I made my return to the live lounge when you were sunning yourself in Dubai.
Oh God, what days they were.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I predicted Price to win the tournament. So I think he wins this as well. But we did actually speak to Ryan Searle that night on the show, and he's a lovely, lovely man, and I don't really want to pick against him. However, it's Gezi Price to win this one and win it 2-0.
Yeah, I think it's hard to pick another score for me. Where are we in the chat room? Paul has gone with a 2-1 Gezi win. He's given Ryan Searle a set. Maximus has gone Gezi 2-0, as has Warren. Scott's given him a leg as well. He's got a 2-1 Price win. I think great minds, great showman. Great minds think alike. Bob has gone with a Searle pick. You're not sure on the full fitness of Gezi. Well, there's some value in a Ryan Searle win if you've got it. Malachi's gone with a Price.
Very much some value in a Searle win.
Price 2-1 victory. We're rattling through them. Pick of the. This has got to be. Game of the night, surely. Over a short form, this could be all sorts of different things. Luke Littler against Jan van Veen. I'm glad you're picking first.
Yeah. We talk about obviously the betting and the difference that it makes in the odds for the tournament when you put Luke Littler in it, but this feels as close to a 50-50 in a Luke Littler game as I sort of fancied for quite some time.
What does it for me is Luke Littler, throughout the entirety of the World Match Play, relentlessly started slowly.
Yeah.
And kept losing the first 4 or 5. It would lose, 4 of the first 6. relentlessly losing 4 of the first 6.
Yeah.
And you might not get that back in this tournament. You know, it's just, you know,
You're basically gone if you do that.
You can lose 4 of the first 6 if you're playing first to 18. Like, that's nice, you know. But this is very, very different. And if Luke has been starting slowly on the television,
he's also got a horrendous record in this tournament.
And if he starts slowly here, Jan van Veen could just serve it out.
Yeah, well, he's yet to win a game in this tournament.
It's you first.
So he hates Leicester as much as everyone does. And that's why he'll probably prove a point and slap Jan 6-0. But no, I think I fancied the upset. And I'm usually on my own when I go for an upset. And I'm still living off the prediction of Johnny Clayton to beat Luke Littler from earlier last year, when everyone else was against me and I was the one that was correct. But yeah, I'm taking the upset. I'm taking the upset 2-0.
Oh my word! Oh my word! Well, we are going to disagree. It's the first time we're going to completely disagree with each other. I know what this kid does is he upsets what everybody thinks. Every time somebody thinks something,
he upsets a lot of people that he plays. Like,
it can't be done, and he just comes and rocks up. And you know, start slow for 6 months, and then turn up to the one tournament where you've got to start absolutely rapid and bump off. He'll go. So I'm going the opposite. I'm going with a 2-0, Luke Littler victory.
Like I say, I would not be surprised.
I don't even know if we've got predictions in the chat room at the minute. I think it's descended into complete chaos. I think, hang on, we have. I've just got to roll up through the bloody I've got to roll up through the nonsense to get to it. Bob has gone Van Veen with a 2-0 win. Malachi's gone I mean, I tell you what, they're with you here, Cam. Van Veen with a 2-1 win from Malachi.
Not smart people by the look of things. You don't want to be with me.
Not say a lot, does it? Greatest Showman has gone 2-1 to Littler. Wales BKB has gone a Littler 2-0 win. Maximus has gone 2-1. Jan van Veen. Daly has gone 2. I'm going to guess that's 2-0 Van Veen. Warren's gone 2-1 Littler. Scott is a 2-0 Littler. So we've got it's pretty much 50-50 in the chat room.
It's the only time that I sort of feel.
Yeah, Tom's gone 2-1. Shay's gone 2-0. I'll tell you what we've got as well, which is legitimately interesting, is not only have probably for the first time in this tournament completely split the chat room in terms of like who we want, you know, or who we think is going to win. But we've got every connotation of score as well. It's all the way through.
Basically, no one's got a clue, and that's a good position to be in because
there are the darts matches
where that is the case.
Correct. That's what we want to watch. We want to watch games where nobody's got a clue what's going to happen. Yeah. Speaking of games where nobody's got a clue what's going to happen, what on earth is going to happen here? Michael van Gerwen plays Dirk van Dijvenbode.
There could be a fight. A fight's possible.
I don't know. That's a fair point. Yeah.
Fair one. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time recently, to be honest, from some footage that was floating around. But
yeah. I mean, this could be the best match of the tournament. It could be the absolute drizzling shit, couldn't it? Yeah.
Awful. Yeah.
It could be the drizzling shit, or it could be an absolute box office. And I ain't got a bloody clue what.
I don't even know whose turn it is first at this point. I've forgotten.
It's mine, which is why I am going to say that Dirk van Dijvenbode will win 2-0.
I am going to go the other way. I think that, I think I'd like a little bit more of what we're seeing from Van Gerwen recently. It all looks better. As long as he didn't damage his hands, then he's got a chance of playing well here and
gripping it out.
Yeah, so I think that he wins, and I think he wins 2-0.
Got another big mix in the chat room. Paul's gone 2-1 to Dirk. Malachi's gone 2-1 MVG. Warren's 2-1 Dirk Wales BKB is 2-1 MVG. We're going backwards and forwards. Scott's gone 2-0 MVG. Greatest Showman 2-1 MVG. Maximus 2-0 MVG. Arwed's gone 2-1 to Dirk. So, yeah, I think we're really 50 there. Bob's gone 2-1 to Dirk. Shea 2-0. Michael Van Dyvenborder. Tom 2-1. Michael Van Dyvenborder. Dirk Van
your head's gone it. Someone needs to moderate you at this point.
I fucking moderating, yeah. Shea's gone 2-0 MVG. Tom's gone 2-1 MVG. Yeah, real mix. Real mix in there.
I've got a feeling it's going to be mixed on this next game as well.
Do you think? Do you think? Right.
I think it might be.
Peter Wright against Mike DeDecker.
Someone was telling us earlier that Peter Wright's a very good price. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, if he's shorter than what for the tournament?
No, for this game.
I was going to say if he's shorter than 33s, like
no, but he's like you can get around about 5-2 on him for this game.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know who it was that said it. And
not for me. Not at the minute.
If you were the person that said it, shout up and tell us who you were because I didn't make a note of it. But yeah, I just think, I'm not sure I can see past Mike DeDecker in this one.
No,
and I think he wins. I think he might have a ropey set. I think 2-1.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It
was Paul.
Well played. Well spotted. I just don't think it's there. I don't think the game is where it needs to be. I think Mike DeDecker has a very large point to prove.
A very long barrel on his dart.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. No, I think Mike DeDecker. Let's have a look in the chat room. Shea's gone 2-0 Mike DeDecker. There is no correct. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Scott's gone Mike DeDecker 2-0 as well. Malachi has gone with you. He's gone 2-1.
No, he's gone 2-1 for right. 2-1 for right.
Quite, yeah. 2-1 right.
He's on a 5-2 if you fancy it.
Warren Bold, DeDecker 2-0 and wins every leg. Goodness me, that is some pick. Greatest Showman tried to trick me by putting them backwards, but he's gone Mike DeDecker winning 2-1 as well. It is what have we got there? Tom
2-0.
Wales BKB has got DeDecker winning 2-0. Maximus has got DeDecker 2-0 as well. Bob's gone Mike DeDecker 2-1. Yeah,
again is Bob.
Paul's just looking for value. You can tell he's a bookie. Yeah. I know what he does for a living. You can tell. I know what he's chasing value there. He doesn't believe that with his heart. He believes it with his wallet.
1-1, and then there'll be a power cut. There might be a power cut before this show ends. To be honest, I was
going to say they'll knock the power off. Right, let's get this wrapped up and this business finished for the evening. The final game tomorrow night and the final game of the first round. The opening round of 32. Will finish tomorrow with Josh Rock, whose photograph needs updating, by the way, on Flash Score. That's ridiculous.
Yes,
that's absurd. That's his school picture, isn't it? On there.
To be honest, I don't. He certainly wasn't old enough to go in the pub at that point.
That's ridiculous. World number 10, Josh Rock plays world number 25, Ryan Joyce. Cam, I'm going to let you finish this debacle off with a pick. For this one, where you go?
Yeah, I think there was some talk earlier when I was mentioning about the dark horses and the rest of it that Ryan Joyce was the best selection as a dark horse, and I'm going to blow that out the water because Rock wins 2-0.
Well, Ryan Joyce made the semi-finals of this event last year.
He did, and he's very good on the outer ring,
and he is from Newcastle.
His scoring can be excellent at times as well. But I just don't see it. I just think Josh Rock is a different animal at the moment.
Yeah, I am trying really, really, really hard to come up with a coherent argument for
I can give you one if you want one.
Winning a set. and I don't think I can.
I can give you an argument if you want one.
Does it involve Josh Rock getting some sort of gastro flu?
No, it's why Josh Rock has not won a game at this tournament.
And Ryan Joyce has won quite a few. He got the semi-finals last year. But I think
that has to come to an end at some point.
Yeah, they are too far away from each other where their games currently are. And like, I cannot see a scenario that isn't Josh Rock winning 2-0. I just think that it's inevitable. Let's have a little look. I think the chat room, maybe not. Shay's gone 2-1 to Joyce. I have a feeling that he might be in the minority.
There's a few in there. There's a few.
I think he might be in the minority. Josh Rock 2-0 is the pick from the Greatest Showman. Maliki loves to put him backwards to confuse me. He's got Joyce winning 2-1. Jonesy's got Rock winning 2-1. Tom has got a 2-0 Josh Rock victory. Warren has got 2-1 to Rock. Bob's got 2-0 to Joyce. We've split the chat room far more than I thought we would. Joyce is winning 2-1. Who is in this? Who's this? It's not me. It's not you, is it?
No, it's not me either. I think that might be the famous Mr. Phil Bars.
No, I don't think it is. I don't know who it is. So it's someone in the team. I'll find out very soon.
Yeah.
Maximus has got Joyce winning 2-1 with a double 60. He's like a magnet on that double 16, isn't he? But Josh Rock's too good, man. 2 scores too high at the moment. Wales BKB has got Rock 2-0 with no legs to Joyce. It's harsh. And Robbie B, last pick of the evening, has gone 2-1 to Ryan Joyce. It is Barsy. I wondered who it was on there getting involved.
Wales BKB said, wouldn't be surprised if we see a 9 darter this year. I would, because no one can get in.
I was going to say, we're going to need some people to start getting in a bit quicker. I tell you what, if it's going to happen, it's certainly in this opening round, it's happening tomorrow. And it's happening in game number 5. If we're seeing a round 1 9 darter, then game number 5 tomorrow, sit on your sofa.
I want to see someone start on the bullseye. Yeah,
it won't happen though, will it? That's the problem. None of them have got the bottle. None of them. Well, one of them's got the bottle, but he'll be persuaded away from it. Right, folks, that concludes the first of 8 Fallout bars that we've got coming in for you this week. Every night this week,
8?
Right up until Saturday.
I don't think it's 8, Mr. Simpson. I think you've miscounted.
Yeah, of course I have. Yeah,
you've
6.
I'll be honest, you've busted your score.
I've busted my score. Yeah, I have. I've busted my score. Yeah, do you know what? It's too late. I'm going to bed now. Folks. 12. I've got a meeting in the morning. I need to put a suit on very early, so I'm going to go to bed. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm back. You're back tomorrow, aren't you? I hope you are.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, might as well.
I think the Welsh correspondent.
Can't do Wednesday, but I think tomorrow I'm all right for.
Good stuff. Right, folks, in the chat room, thank you all very much for making the Fallout bar what it is. Thanks for your predictions, your banter, and your analysis, which is much valued.
You can actually leave this time.
Yeah, I'm actually going to... I'm just concentrating on clicking the right buttons, don't worry. I'm getting there. I have been Dan Simpson. Thank you very much, Cam, for joining me from across the Pennines. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.